Hi and welcome back to a brand new video. And today in this video we are going to see what is lifecycle hooks in Angular, a component lifecycle hooks. So in the SRC, I want to create a brand new component. So I will create a folder and I say lifecycle, EYCLE like this. Now I can create the files required for this. Let me just create lifecycle cycle.component.ts. We require only one file for this. Now we create a class, export class lifecycle component like this, and now simply we decorate this using @component decorator like this. Let me just do it like this, and now inside the component we can do the selector, that is app lifecycle. Okay, and then let me just try to quick fix and add this thing, and template we are having like this, and now everything is fine. Good. Let's grab the component, and under the declaration section let us just try to declare this thing. Let's just save and do like this, something like this. That's fine. And now here I will use app lifecycle. Now let's just rush to our component, save, and everything is fine. Let's open the console. Okay. Now the first lifecycle hook what we have is on init. That means, and this imports from Angular core. Okay, this imports from Angular core. Now here we do ng on init, and this is a hook where it is run once the component is being initialized. So we do console log, and here we say initialized the component. Okay, let's hit save, and when you do reload you can see initialize the component, and this ran. And also we can do something like this. Okay, so we have this initialize the component. Then as the component is being initialized, we also have a hook which we call it as destroy. We do on destroy, yes, we are OY. We grab this component and also get imported from here. And now this component will also have the on destroy, and we can do a console log over here as well. I do console.log. Let me just decrease the size a bit. Destroy the component, and now you can see the component is not destroyed yet. But now what I will do inside my app.component.ts file, okay, here I will do one button. I will add one button. Let's say destroy component like this, and here I will add a value. Public is component destroyed. Set the value to false initially, and to this value I'm now going to set it as inverse of this property itself. Okay, so let's call this button, and I will have a button over here, and on that I'm going to have a click event bind like this. Now I can say toggle lifecycle. Okay, and based on that, to this component I am attaching ngIf, and now I can do grab that is component destroyed, and if the value is true, only then I am going to render this component. Okay, so you can see now as soon as I click on this, you can see the component is destroyed. And also if you want to see this in action, what I can do, I can place h1 and say hello world over here. hello life cycle. It's saved. Now you can see as soon as I click on this, you can see destroyed the component. If I click on this again, you see again the component was initialized. If I click on this again, the component was destroyed. So here, this is the proof how the lifecycle hooks are working. Now we have another ng after view init. That means whenever our component initialization is done and it is being rendered onto the screen, after that this hook will work after view init lifecycle. Also imported from @Angular code. If I do a reload, now you can see initialize the component, and also let me do a console log inside this. Console.log after view init component, and this will be 3. You can see after the initialize the component, now I can see the component was this console log is available from after view init. But if I click on this toggle like this, you can see destroyed the component. But if I click on this now, you can see first the initialization was called and then after view init was called. So these are 3 components. Then we have on changes. So if you have some changes inside the component, at that time this hook will be called ng on changes. Okay, I can do console.log on changes component. Let's hit wave 4. So nothing was called. If I do it like this and I try to click, this will never be called. But this will be called when we have some changes in the component. Let's say we have a property. Okay, we have a property public hello is equal to true. Okay, and when the component is being initialized, at that time we can do this dot hello is equal to false. Now there is some changes in the component. Okay, so if I click on this, it is done, and if I click on this, entire thing is done. So we have one of this thing also, but this is not a component change actually. The component changes are like let's say your HTML is being changed with some of the few concepts or some other things. So that is another thing. Then we have another hook which is do check. This do check is also called from @Angular code. And now over here I can use ng do check, and I can now console.log do check component, and this will be 5. You can see now do check runs on each and every instances. First the initialization of the component, then do check ran, then after view init, then again do check ran. Okay. Now if I toggle this, destroyed the component, but if I click on activate, then again do check is working. So, and if you want to learn more about this, you can go Angular lifecycle hooks, just like this. And here on the official website, you will see these lifecycle hooks. And here are all the hooks what I've explained you on changes, on init, do check. After content is also there, but we normally use after view init, after view check, and on destroy, and all those lifecycle hooks. So this was pretty much it regarding the lifecycle hooks. And also, this is also what I can show you. After content check, this is also one of the hooks. Let me try to grab this as well. Let me just try to have this after content checked. THECK. This also comes from our hooks like this. And here we can also do something like this. This will be the 6th. This just like this. Try to save this thing, and now you can see just like we toggle this and accept. Yeah, initialize, do check, then after content check, then we have after view init. Okay, so this is also after content init. So this will run just before this. So just let me try to copy this thing. Need to copy this hook, paste it here, and now we have implement this hook as well. This will also come from end the rectangular core. And now let's destroy the component, and then when the component is there, initialize, do check, after content init, after content check, and then the after unit. So that was pretty much it regarding the Angular components. I hope you liked the video and this was easy for you. Now we'll continue explaining more concepts in this, and